I can handle myself. You think I'm scared of Cam Newton? You think I can't mix it up with Cam Newton? Just because I'm old and fat don't mean I don't forget how to throw these hands. It's Steve Kim that I'm worried about. But anyway, let's play the clip. Thinks female broadcasters are the greatest thing since sliced bread, or is he just doing whatever is possible to survive and remain relevant now that he's never going to play football again?
Here's my message to Cam. My guy. No. You're not my guy. Come on. The thing that is interesting about what he said about you, Cam really showed what a simpleton he is, Jason. You never really...
Pause right there. I'm going to tell you like this. Since y'all mentioned motherfuckers like Harvey Weinstein and the Me Too movement and Cam, Captain Save-A-Ho, I'm going to put both of y'all motherfuckers, Jason Whitlock and Steve Kim, in the U2 movement. I don't do none of these name calling and all that shit. I'll put it like this, bro. If I see you, all I ask is keep that same energy. Mr. Kim, simp, cool. Keep that same energy when I see you. I think we have to normalize this in sports. Now, the rabbit got the gun. Now, the athletes got the opportunity to speak up for themselves. Now, we really can go toe for toe if that's what y'all really want to do. So it was a lot of things that was spewed. And even then, like when you look at this, Peggy, it's like these motherfuckers are haters, bro. Like real shit. Like this motherfucker gives a backhand compliment to the whole Fox post-game show. Cool, bro. I think this is the first time in my life being a content creator, a YouTuber, former athlete, yes, bro, that I can really speak on shit like most athletes want to speak on shit, especially talking to y'all lame ass motherfuckers, bro. And I'm not the dude that's gonna send subliminal threats. You're not that guy. You're just not. You never have. So don't get sensitive. And what I did say about Joy, I stand on that. What I did say about Molly, I stand on that. They're not in your league, bro. That's what I mean by you're not that guy. You're not in your league, bro. You talking about that big rat? Bitch, you got a big rat. Come on, so to keep it kosher, to keep it content, I will advise Jason Whitlock and Steve Kim to keep that same energy when I see you. I think it's gonna be Super Bowl.
So I don't know how any other way to interpret that. Cam is telling me to keep that same energy when I see him at the Super Bowl. It's unlikely that I'll see Cam at the Super Bowl unless Cam is at my house at my Super Bowl party. But I'm not... So, Cam, I'm going to disappoint. Is the Super Bowl in New Orleans, I think, this year? And I've been to several Super Bowls in New Orleans. But right now, at my age, my cholesterol can't handle it. So I will not be in the French Quarter, Bourbon Street. It's probably been 3, 4, 5 years since I've been to a Super Bowl. Cam, I don't make regular appearances at the Super Bowl like I used to. You know, I probably went to 20 Super Bowls in my career, but not as of late. So, Cam, I'm not going to see you at the Super Bowl. More than welcome to be a guest at my Super Bowl party here in Nashville if you would like to join us. But Cam, I'm just kind of flummoxed, baffled. Like, I am trying to retrace how we got here to where Cam Newton is, what is he, 35, 36, 37 years old, somewhere in that range. I am 57 years old. How did we get here to where a former professional athlete in his mid to late 30s is making veiled threats at a 57-year-old fat sports writer? How did we get here? And what history of mine is Cam ignorant of that he somehow thinks he's doing something brand new? He's the rabbit with the gun. No, Cam, you're actually a silly rabbit. Rabbits have been pointing guns at me my entire career. You're late. Athletes have threatened me, jumped on me, made veiled threats, tried to be menacing, tried to get me fired, confronted me at nightclubs for decades. You're late. Many of these athletes have already jumped on me or made threats when I was actually somewhat in my prime and could defend myself physically. Cam, this is not new. You're not doing anything new. You actually, in my view, look kind of silly. You looked intellectually overmatched. And so it's like, hey, I'll beat you up. Okay. What am I supposed? Oh my God, Cam Newton wants to beat me up. Cam says he's going to see me at the Super Bowl and I need to keep the same energy. Oh my God. I better have security with me and I better not go to the Super Bowl. Cam, that's not how this goes down. That's not how it is. And you're right. I'm not that guy, Cam. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not a fighter. I'm just a big old teddy bear who likes to talk about sports and uses my platform as a way to point out to other athletes, sports fans, hey, here's a biblical worldview. Here are some athletes who are violating or acting in a way that violates a biblical principle, and this is why they should stop. That's the guy that I am. And so I was having a conversation about the Joy Taylor, Fox Sports, Nushin Faraji, Skip Bayless, Charlie Dixon lawsuit. You were nowhere mentioned in the lawsuit. You were nowhere mentioned in my discussion. You had nothing to do with it. You decided to inject yourself into that conversation. And now you're acting like I was the aggressor and I did something to disrespect you and I did something to draw you into this. You injected yourself into it. I want to play the clip. Let's see. I want to make sure we do this in order so everybody has context. Let's start with SOT number 2. This is what I said that had nothing to do with Cam Newton. Cam Newton wasn't even mentioned, wasn't even thought about. I said, hey, I kept my distance from Joy Taylor, and here's why. Play SOT number 2. And I don't say this to be hypercritical of Joy Taylor. I don't have harsh opinions of Joy Taylor. She's not someone that I didn't get along with. I basically, for the most part, just kept my distance from Joy Taylor. And I kept my distance, not because I didn't like her, it's just because I knew myself. I know myself. I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly, it's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack, like, Jay, keep your distance. That's going to get you into trouble. And so that's what I did. I kept my distance. But I want to hammer this point that I'm making about Cam Newton, because there was the other thing that I did that seriously offended Cam and he can't address is I pointed out the hypocrisy of his position, of he's running to defend Joy Taylor and he's calling Molly Karam a beast, and these women, they're the best thing going in sports media, and they're beasts. And you know how hard it is to tee up Ryan Clark and Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp. And I was like, whoo, Cam, you singing a different tune. Bob Iger and Disney, boy, they put you through a re-education program with a quickness, very effective. Because the last time I heard Cam talking about female sports writers and sports broadcasters, he sounded completely different. He wasn't calling them beast. He wasn't talking about how great they were. He was singing a completely different tune. I want to walk you back. Here's an NBC News story that kind of summarized Cam's philosophy on female sports broadcasters during his playing days. Play the clip.
Today, Cam Newton taking some hard hits off the field for his reaction when asked about the play of one of his teammates by reporter Jordan Rodriguez.
They seem to really embrace the physicality of his routes.
It's funny to hear a female talk about routes. Like, it's funny.
Unlike Newton, Rodriguez wasn't amused. I don't think it's funny to be a female and talk about routes. I think it's my job. An NFL spokesman calling the comments just plain wrong and disrespectful. Today, the team's coach said Newton spoke to the reporter afterwards.
Cam made a mistake. I understand he had a conversation where he pretty much said that he shouldn't have said what he said.
We're about to hit the road.
But Rodriguez, who's covered the team for the past year, says he did not apologize, adding his comments in private were even worse. In 2012, Newton called another female reporter sweetheart.
The only thing I control, sweetheart, is myself.
It's not funny. It's our job, and, you know, it's going to have to be his job to get used to it because we're not going anywhere.
But now Rodriguez's own words under fire for old tweets some described as racist, today tweeting she's deeply sorry. Newton remains silent, but one sponsor speaking out, Dannon severing ties with the star. Kristen Dahlgren, NBC News, New York.
You see that whole NBC story? All these dishonest people from Cam Newton to Jordan Rodriguez. She's all offended because Cam said he found it funny that a woman's asking about pass routes. Like she's shocked that a football player thinks it's a little bit humorous that some girl is trying to talk football to a professional football player. And then we come to find out, oh, what's up under your skirt, Jordan Rodriguez? You got some racial issues, baby girl? This is all a group of phony people lying to each other. Help us grow the Fearless Army. Pound that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with all your fearless friends.